Samsonyan, please.
Thank you, dear colleagues. I'm pleased to attend this meeting and discuss matters regarding humanitarian question. I think it is very important. And today I want to tell you about humanitarian questions and war crimes committed by Azerbaijani side during Nagorno-Karabakh war. Speaking about this, we must take into consideration following issues. One, mass attacks against peaceful population of Nagorno-Karabakh. Second, torture and inhuman treatment against Armenian prisoners of war, against captives and died Armenian servicemen. Third, deployment Syrian terrorists and jihadists to Nagorno-Karabakh using mercenary forces. And fourth, using forbidden weapons, including chemical weapons. Thus, during Nagorno-Karabakh war, many villages, towns, and the capital of Nagorno-Karabakh were being continuously targeted by the Azerbaijani armed forces. Armenian peaceful population, women, children, elderly persons was under attack and real threat. Villages of Vartanis region, even Gevarkunik province of Armenia, are under shelling from Azerbaijani side. Azerbaijani military is directly targeting schools and kindergartens, residential buildings, including Red Cross building in Stepanakert, other civilian infrastructures in Stepanakert and other towns, densely populated civilian capital city. Besides that, Azerbaijani drones permanently targeted peaceful population. Azerbaijan violated Geneva Convention relative to the protection of civilian persons in time of war. Azerbaijani armed forces treated prisoners of war and dead bodies of Armenian soldiers in gross violation of international humanitarian law. They hit the heads of dead bodies. They post selfies with dead bodies on social networks, took photos holding the severed head of the Armenian soldiers. Under the Rome Statute of the International Criminal Court, willful killings of persons protected under the provisions of the Geneva Convention constitutes a war crime. In one of such videos, Azerbaijani armed forces put the severed head of Armenian on a body of a dead animal, of a pig. Do you imagine, dear colleagues? They are mocking and insulting of the Armenian, saying that it is in their revenge. Azerbaijani internet sources have widely spread video how members of Azerbaijani armed forces captures Armenian elderly person. Obviously, a civilian have been struck on the back cruelly. I can tell you about more videos and describe more scenes of inhuman treatment, which are all proved by videos and photos. Numerous video footage appeared on social network and were widely spread, showing torture, cruel and inhuman treatment of Armenian prisoners of war by Azerbaijani side. What about mercenaries? Turkey deployed mercenaries from northern part of Syria to Azerbaijan to use them against Nagorno-Karabakh and Armenia, according to regularly reported information in international media. It's about 3,000, 4,000 mercenaries. You know, dear colleagues, the United Nations and OSCE regulations strongly condemn use of mercenaries to impede the exercise of the right of peoples to self-determination, considering mercenaries' activities crimes and threat to security, peace, and human rights. Azerbaijan shelled the city of Hadrut in Artsakh with 2 Smerch rockets. As a result of the shelling by cluster munition, the civilian population was harmed. The Geneva Convention and the UN Convention on Cluster Munition, prohibiting the use of such dangerous weapons. International law prohibits the use of cluster munition, considering them lethal and inhuman. Azerbaijan also used ammunitions containing chemical elements. They are used towards forests, causing mass fires and destruction. And the forests where those ammunition were used are located near the civilian communities. It was a white phosphorus, which is not stopped even with the extinguishing materials or water. And for conclusion, I want to respond to Mr. Guliev. Mr. Guliev, you present yourself as a delegate of peace, but you can't escape of responsibility, I think. Or you forget how your country attacked Shushi Cathedral, Armenian church, and more civilians were died. You attacked this church without a blink of an eye. They were women and children in the church at that moment. Dear colleagues, some photos and videos I sent to Mr. Hajiani during Nagorno-Karabakh war, and I think all these war crimes committed by Azerbaijan must be strongly condemned. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Ms. Samsonyan.